We are seeing an inordinate number of trades involving big names in the NFL just today. Jimmy Graham going to the Seattle Seahawks. Haloti Ngata going from Baltimore to the Detroit Lions. The trade that's about to go down, which will send Nick Foles, the quarterback from Philadelphia, to the St. Louis Rams for their quarterback, Sam Bradford. This never used to happen in the NFL. There would be a trade once in a great while, like the Herschel Walker trade between Dallas and Minnesota. But now we're seeing it all the time. What's changed in the NFL?
One thing. You've been around too long. You're like me. This never happened for free agency because you kept your players. You never saw trades except on draft day. You'd see draft picks traded.
Yeah,
you'd see a player
minor
go.
stuff.
But I think the game is changing. We saw a situation with Seattle last year. Percy Harvin was dismissed mid-season. I believe that free agency and contracts running out and the size of contracts, that you're going to see more NBA-type trades as we've just gone through in the NBA, that you're going to see a lot more trades because teams are not going to try and hang on to guys that are getting guaranteed money. In the case of Jay Cutler, and I would risk it, in the case of Jay Cutler, he gets a $10 million roster bonus if he is healthy.
For next year.
Yeah.
So they're really into him for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Because they're spending so much money. So basically what you're saying is, it is
Salary
like the NBA.
cap, yeah.
We'll trade you our crap for your crap.
Absolutely.
Right? Because we're paying this guy a whole lot of money. He's not doing it for us. You take him. We'll take your guy who's making a lot of money, who's not doing well for you, and we'll see if maybe they can work out better for us.
And you really, and a pun intended, you cut through the crap there. That's really the case of where, boy, this guy's become garbage to us. Garbage in, garbage out.
For a lot of money.
Maybe. Remember, you weren't here then. Dan Reeves, during the Dan Reeves era, and he didn't have that much to do with the draft. They drafted a middle guard, what they called a middle guard then, nose tackle. And he got to town, and Dan Reeves said, "You're shorter than me."
Oh, I was here.
Yeah.
Ted Gregory.
Yeah.
And they traded him before training camp ended.
They traded him to New Orleans for their garbage. Yeah. And neither one of them ever played in the NFL.
Yeah, the kid from BYU. What, Shane?
He's an offensive lineman. Shane, come back, Shane. So
I'll think of his name.
So there weren't that many kind of deals. That was a big deal then because it was #1 draft choice for #1 draft choice. I just think we're seeing more and more of it, and you got new kind of thinking philosophy in the NFL. You've got younger general managers who are not going. The old school general managers said, "We drafted these guys, we're going to keep them." Well, you just saw with the Denver Broncos that they have 6 good draft picks from 4 years ago go out the door, basically.
And nobody has any patience anymore. General managers don't have patience, especially if they're inheriting somebody else's crap. And because in the NFL, you can cut a guy, or you can cut his salary, or you can move him quickly, they do. And that's what's going on in the NFL right now.
And you could turn it around a lot quicker than I think you used to.
Yeah.
It took 3 or 4 years, and you'd say, we're going to stick with this quarterback. Now they stick the quarterback in there. They want him to win right away because they paid him a lot of money. They believe. How many teams do you think believe that they can? Because you always saw trades in baseball, right?
Right.
I mean, just trade after
off-season, trading deadline, all the time.
Well, because people felt like they had to do something right away, that you could do that in baseball. That the Rockies, they're not involved in trades, but the Rockies think they can turn it around in a hurry. What did they win? 72, 73 games last year. They think they can win 85 games.
Sure they do.
Well, I'm saying that's what they do. But I'm saying
Not
to
gonna
you
happen.
that if you looked around the league, there are probably 18 teams that think they can be not only in the playoffs, but make a splash in the playoffs.
Sure.
So they're making desperate moves. And the Broncos will say this, and I'm not defending the Broncos. The Broncos are trying to kind of take a patient look at this.
Yes. Well, that's what I said yesterday. John Elway is playing the patient game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.